welcome to another edition of CoffeeNate.com. This week I'm going to talk to you about keeping your coffee fresh, how to store your coffee. This is a question that I've received the most, and it usually entails people wanting to store ground coffee. I'm going to show you what the best container for storing your coffee is, okay? It's right here. Woo! Here's your coffee bean. Alright? This is its own container. It contains all the oils and flavors that make coffee taste great. If you grind it and then store it, you are storing stale coffee. You might as well go to McDonald's, order up a cheeseburger, and throw it in your cupboard and then eat it tomorrow. That's basically the same thing. McDonald's cheeseburger tastes the best right when you order it. Although the next day, that's when your stomach feels bad. But anyway. So the point is, you can't store ground coffee. There's no way to store it to keep it fresh because it's already stale when it hits your cup, when it's in your coffee maker. Coffee that is in the store is typically 6 months old already before you even buy it. Coffee keeps its freshness, its optimal flavor, 15 days after it's roasted. 15 days, 6 months, and then on top of that, if you grind it, then it's already stale. Ground coffee, once you freshly grind coffee, it goes stale within 15 minutes, okay? You have your rules, okay? Green coffee beans are good for 15 months. Fresh roasted coffee is good for 15 days. Ground coffee is good for 15 minutes. It's the CoffeeNate rule of 15s. So don't try and store ground coffee, all right? I won't recommend it. I won't even tell you what's the best way because there is no best way. Okay, that's that. Now, for storing whole bean coffee, which is its own container, but yet again you want to keep it in an airtight container. If it's newly roasted, it needs to have the ability to degas. So within the first few days after roasting, you can keep it in any kind of container. Just keep it away from light, keep it away from heat, and keep it away from moisture. Those are the things you have to be worried about when you're storing freshly roasted coffee. Afterwards, the whole bean coffee should be kept in a canister like this, and airtight with a rubber gasket. Okay? Just store it like that. Don't store your beans in the freezer, don't store them in the fridge. What happens is, you put them in the cold temperature, which is fine, but when you take it out, it builds up moisture, and the moisture breaks down the oils that give you the flavor and give us the great taste of coffee that we come to expect. If you take it out and put it back into the cool environment, that moisture builds up, and in the freezer it freezes on the bean and breaks down the tastes, and in the refrigerator is even worse because it will also absorb some of the flavors of the other items that are inside of your refrigerator. Okay, so don't buy ground coffee. Don't grind the coffee in the store. Grind your coffee just before you're going to brew it. I grind my coffee as my water's boiling, okay? Because I use a French press or a siphon pot. Those are my two main methods. And my coffee is being ground while the water is getting hot. And then just make it right away. And that's how you're going to get the best flavor out of your cup. Alright? Don't forget about the free coffee contest. This month it's being sponsored by Port City Coffee Roasters. And I'm going to hook you up with them if you win. And you'll be able to pick out a coffee from their site and they'll ship it right to you. And you just get a hold of them and I'll put you in contact with them and you can pick out whatever you want there. And some good stuff there. I tasted their Kenya a few weeks back. That was a really nice blend, or a nice origin, nice flavor, and a nice roast. And it was very fresh. Also, to enter the contest, become a fan of CoffeeNate.com on Facebook. Tweet a link. You can click right above this post. There's a little tweet box. Click that sucker. It'll put out a tweet about this post, and you'll be entered for that. And if you leave a comment, you'll be getting an entry for every comment you leave, and also for signing up for the newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter. Yeah, you get an update every couple weeks. You can unsubscribe at any time, and there's no spam involved. No spam. I hate spam. I know everybody else does too, so no spam from me. All right. Get your coffee questions in too. If you have a coffee question, you'll also get an entry. So there's so many ways you can get entries for this free coffee. James Hall won some free coffee last month from Barris Brothers, and he has emailed me a couple times thanking me about the great stuff that he got there, and I know you'll be happy with what you get from Port City Coffee Roasters as well. All right, send out some tweets, leave some comments, and win some free coffee. All right, see you next week, coffeenate.com, where there's always something brewing. Ciao!